So I'm back with another traditional Arena Cube draft. I keep trying to make this happen because, in a nutshell, because I can't. Is the reason why I keep on coming back and coming back and coming back. Obviously, off stream, I've done a couple of 7 runs on normal cube draft, and I just don't understand why. Well, I do understand why, but I am not good at building, drafting, bearing in mind that I may have another round to go. I am good at putting together a strong plan A that we could blitz attack somebody, but people are just seemingly better at drafting decks that give them a good second strategy. So I'm gonna try. We're gonna learn together. I'm gonna try and figure this out. There's no other way to put it. I haven't figured this out. I'm desperately trying to figure out how to put together a strong plan A, which can do the three games, and put together a sort of passable plan B, which can get me through the second game. Best of 3 does not trend towards sort of aggressive decks. I have managed to do the original, the best of 1 draft with every sort of aggressive deck, but I don't. I seemingly cannot figure out how to do it with. I can't figure out how to do it best of 3. I just can't. One thing I have learned though is draft what you like. Drafting what you don't like, it means you don't even have fun while you're trying to win. So it's about me enjoying myself and finding cards I really, really like and I want to play with, as opposed to just what you feel like. Also, these really expensive cards are hard to play. They just are. So this card for 7, really hard to play. This card for 6, even really hard to play. They just are. But having just said that, a Shell Dread, always wanted to play it, so it's going in. In my first video, I talked about the lack of vehicles. I love vehicles, so that's going into. Love vehicles. It's a crew 3. It's got the 3 attack, so yeah, I'm going to just knock myself out and indulge myself. The gems don't matter. It sounds like a very decadent thing to say, but the gems don't matter. It is about trying to figure out how to have some fun in this format and trying to go on a nice run without sort of breaking your head in the process. Okay, so I've got a lot of things here which are interesting. None of them sort of leap off the page, but it's just lots of interesting stuff. Plowshares looks really good. Spot removal, really cheap. Yeah. Was the board clear better? Shell Dread is a Praetor, so he's not a giant, so he would go. I think Plowshares. Just an interesting card. Okay, I kind of really like Fatal Push. I do. I don't know. Airbow Intervention's really good. Fatal Push Intervention. I think Airbow's Intervention is actually better. It's got more flexibility. I kind of like Blood Chiefs first. Kind of like Jace. Really like Champions of Wit. Lots of good stuff here. Cosmo Elixir is really good for ensuring that I gain life, stay in the game and get cards if I'm ahead. Really good. But I'm going to take Venerated Loxodon. Because it's just useful. I think Gonti is super disruptive, so we'll take that as well. We're looking like Urzoff at the moment, but the game is still young. We're going to see what we can do. So white and black offers me really premium removal. White offers me access to board clears. Really good board clears. Black offers me access to good spot removal. We're going to take Settle because I like the idea of exiling people's stuff. So I think we've got a really big opportunity here. Now I can get Nightmare Shepherd, but Nightmare Shepherd doesn't really sit well with Sheldred, which kind of wants things in the graveyard, doesn't it? It does. Yeah, a creature card from my graveyard, so I need a few creatures. It's also quite expensive. Maybe we'll take the Nightmare Shepherd and figure out what we're going to do with it later. I kind of feel that now Liliana makes sense. Even though Wold Strider will help me with the Scry. Liliana, obviously, Planeswalkers are hardest to interact with in this format. Yeah, and it does just really play nicely with Sheldred.
Address me as Queen of the Dead, please.
Now, in my last run I did, I really suffered by not having an early game. So I think that really makes me want to pick Gifted Aetherborn. But I also like the look of Castle. I think Castle is just into the late game. It just really is too helpful. So I think there's Jeskai Elder, which helps me draw. I kind of think Banefire. We're going to hold on to Banefire to see if we can make red work. We're going to take Remorseful Cleric. This is going to be one of our cards we're going to use to manage the yard, and we're going to take Champion of Wits. We'll take a spell from Araska. So I think we've got, yeah, we have to take that. So we've got red and blue open as well. Is the way we're going to figure it. I think we want Valky, don't we? Or do we want Mithril? Mithril's really good. But so is Nova. We've got Settle, but I really like Nova. So Demonic Pack, not really a thing. In fact, actually, we're gonna take the Nova. And we're gonna hope the Demonic Pact hangs around. Okay, so if I was in green, I would have taken Varaxka with 2 hands. Love that card. We're going to take Lyra, and the reason we're going to take Lyra is because for people playing aggro, it's the auto aggro stopper. So we're going to take Lyra. Okay, so we've got Compulsive Research and we've got Memory Lapse, which are both really, really good. And we've got Agonizing Remorse. And then we've got Murderous. We're going to take Murderous Rider. Okay, we're going to take Heartless Act here. I think Heartless Act is just top class removal. So again, we're trending to so this pack isn't very useful. I'm going to take Shatter Skull. I'm going to take Null Priest. This is again another pack not really useful. God Pharaoh's Gift. I think God Pharaoh's Gift is quite good. We will. So the Mithril and the Demonic Pact is here. We said we'd take the Demonic Pact if it was still here, so we're going to do it. We're going to take the Palaka's Predation, aren't we? The Steel Mold cards are really useful. Let's put the Blood Mages here as well. Actually, we'll take the Blood Mage. Take the Blood Mage. We need a few creatures. So now we're into these cards here. I think Agonizing Remorse goes with our plan A. We still got time to think about our plan B. Thassa's Oracle, maybe. Yeah. We'll take the Hallowed Fountain. Neither of these are very useful. We'll take the Embeth. And we'll take the Multiverse. Okay. So we are very much a control build. So the Loxodon's going to come out. Doesn't really go with a control build, where you just want to play some bombs. We're going to take the Professor Onyx, because I think we can protect it. Time Warp, but we're not in those colours. I kind of like Blood for Bones. Really congruent with what we're trying to do, as I like Inquisition as well. Time Warp is awesome, but on X we've got Elspeth as well. In fact, we will take the Elspeth just because of the escape. We'll figure out how to make this all work. But this is now looking like a Super Friends list. We've got Ergon here. puts things in the graveyard, but we're going to take Urza. So we've got a kind of Super Friends build with Demonic Pact in there to remove some artifacts. The Godfarer's Gift is probably going to come out in the build. I think the Vraska's Contempt is really good. The land looks really tasty, but we'll come back for that. Eldest Reborn. Too good. So it's Urza control. Shieldred. But I have to return something from my graveyard. And I've already got Lyra, a Gonti. Of course, what else do we have? We've got the Nightmare Shepherd. We need a real bomb. The Angel of Sanctions is really quite good because it's got repetition. We'll take that in. We'll take that. That could be one of the bombs we have. We'll think about how this works later. We've got some Super Friends right here. It's all over the place actually. Okay, I think it's the Phyrexian. Yeah, I think the Phyrexian. So this is really... We're in Orzhov. And I think we're going to have a Control Super Friends build, and we're going to have a Creatures build, but both of them to do the same thing. We're trying to control this board, aren't we? So we need more removal. Burial Rites, really good. I really like the Burial Rites. I really like the Chromatic Ori. Oh, look at it. Guys, come on, man. Oh, I needed to do that quicker. We're in red. No. No. We want to splash blue, so it is the castle. I wasn't fast enough. That really does suck. We've got the Thirst for Meaning. We've got Blood for Bones again. Blood for Bones again actually is really quite good. We've got Ergon, put things in the... As any creature, Seagate's Caller. I think Body Double's the best one here. So we can splash some blue. No. Pretoromanda, maybe. Warrant Warden. Yeah, these are two small creatures, not useful to a. Okay, the Swarm goes in. Languish goes in. Okay. So, we're here at the build. So our build one is this the Super Friends list. So we've got Onyx, we've got Urza, we've got Vraska, Ronaldist. We've got Liliana. We've got Elspeth. We've got Settle. We've got Manatithe. And we've got Sword to Plowshares. We've got Cleansing Nova. We've got the Castle. We've got the other removal. We've got the Murderous Rider. We've got Erebos. We've got Agonizer Remorse. And we could take Languish as a board wipe. Okay. So, when we think about the bombs, Phyrexian Obliterator, we take the Null Priest, we take the Demonic Pact, we take the Lyra, and we take the Sanctions. And those are our sort of tools. We need the Blood Bones to get something back. It's from a graveyard, so it's either graveyard. And I don't know. We don't want to exile our creatures, so we can't confer a gift. I think it's the Sovereign. Actually, no, it's not the Sovereign. I think it is the Gonti. Gives us a card, doesn't it? And then we can splash some blue. Yeah. If we need to. We could get more creatures if we need to. So yeah, we've got options. I haven't had an Eldest Reborn on one of these for a while. Back. So those off. Control. Okay. Well, I've got some things we're going to find out. We are about to find out how good I am. Okay, so yeah, this is a key. Okay, what colour is he in? He's in black. Expect hand disruption. So one more land, preferably a black, after the races. Yeah, so sorry dude. This is what I mean by expect hand disruption. Okay, so missing this through. Yeah, let's cool. feel like we should get rid of the Lyra. I don't think you giving him the 5 life is worth doing.
I have Let's see how you respond to genius.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it discard 2 cards. He's tapped out now. Do I want the 2 cards? We're gonna go for the 2 cards. We're gonna be greedy. He's got 2 cards left in his hand.
I know how this ends.
I'm gonna draw 2 cards. Excellent. So we're gonna play this, and yeah, we can do this. This is just to get rid of any counter spell in his hand before I blow up all the artifacts and enchantments. Did I play a land? I didn't play a land. It's okay. Oh, did I play a land? Okay. So, I'm going to have to do it on my upkeep step. I hope that he doesn't draw.
Easily to me.
Okay, he's going to enchant me with Cool Reality. I'll lose the game. Him bouncing the thing, the land, that was really quite unhelpful. But we know what he's playing. He's playing a control as well. Shouldn't have been greedy when he was tapped out. I should have just destroyed it. The 2 cards, what did they add to the picture? Not much. I think actually staying with where I am is fine. I just have to play better. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be difficult. So we know what he is. We know what he's got. So we're just gonna play this out. Cool. Black, I'm gonna hold that. Okay, he got mana screwed. So we're now to the business part of the game. So dinner's here. Again, he hasn't seen enough of my deck for me to want to change anything. I think my plan A is a strong plan A. I'm going to mute it while I'm chowing down.
Wish you had a fraction of my power. I have no interest in fighting fair. Well, that was a waste. That's Professor honest to you. Come on, there's gotta be something useful. Ugh. There has to be an answer here. Whatever. I have more important things to do.
So his very clear game plan in that deck was to get his enchantment down. So he needed to bait out my Nova, and I just made a mistake of choosing Nova rather than Settle. As simple as that. So that's what ended the game. Not playing out the second game really affected the way I played out the third game. If I had seen more of his deck, I would have had more ideas as to what to do. I would have understood he had a mill strategy running as well. But I just didn't get to see his deck. Didn't see enough of his deck to make good decisions in the mulligan. And in the sideboarding. Anyhow, let's hop on to the next game. So my own objective here is to get out to the 4 cards, and then that enables me to use Vraska. We're going to keep this. Okay, so the early one play sort of sends me a clear message that he may be some form of aggro there. Well, that message has now been sent more clearly now. So, very white. He has no cards in his graveyard, so this is just a 1/1. So this would hold things. In fact, this card holds things nicely. So we shall just do just that. Like all good aggro decks, he has a card to help him sort of clear the way, which is fine. So our game plan remains, we're going to just go up to 4, get to Vraska, exile the biggest creature. However, he now has 2 cards in his graveyard. This is Boros, which is fine. He's thinking, do I want to shoot him in the face for 2 now? Probably. Okay, chooses against it. Excellent. White. So the aim here is to see if he's got a 5-drop, which is devastating. I'm wondering whether he's going to tap this and try and hit me for 2 now, or if he's going to wait. He's thinking about what is the best way to do the damage to the face. He knows now, we've got this far, there's a high probability that I have something in hand, so I'm just going to take this away. And we'll go net neutral for this. So he has nothing in the graveyard, so he's going to do 3, which is going to leave me at 5. And then if I do this, I'll have at 4. So it may be... you kind of can't do this later. This is the problem. You can't do this later. If we wait to do this later, I could be dead. because he could play the 6 drop that I can't answer. Okay. Let us have a look at his hand. I think this is the right play. Obviously, if he's got some burn, that could go straight to the face, I'm doomed. Okay, a braid. So we'll take that away. Okay, so now he has a land. So I'm going to take 3, that's going to take us down to 4. Plus whatever he draws. If he draws something, it's going to have something sickness, so I can clear the whole board if he plays it. That sucks, doesn't it? Ugh, I can't think of anything that sucks more than that. Okay, let's get rid of these. The ball goes back in, but the ball's got to wait for 8 other cards, and he's only got 2 in there, so I've got a bit of time. I've also got 4 cards in my graveyard, so that means I can remove quite a few things with Liliana if I play on Alex. Okay. It's only a 2. So I think actually forcing her to empty her hand is actually more beneficial.
Run now, and I might spare your life.
He could have burn, but he still gets a 1 and is able to kill my Liliana. And I put something else in his graveyard. I think actually doing this is better. So let's get rid of Blood for Bones.
I really don't care about your plans.
He's got 4 in there and he's another 4. So you can either ignore my life total and try and waste his time with Liliana, we could go for lethal. He knows I can remove an X at any time. So he knows what I'm playing at here. I'm trying to take his creatures away from him. Perfect. Then we're going to do the 7.
In fighting fair.
He hasn't got 8 in there yet.
You've stained my gown!
Cool. So, what? Horrible and horribler. Take your pick, sir. Okay. Get rid of that.
Oh, you can scream if it
Sorry,
hurts
dude,
too
you don't
much.
get another card in your graveyard. I feel like it's Murder She Wrote by getting Fox in the Obliterator out. So what have you got in your hand? You think about playing it. No? Okay.
Your patience is rewarded.
No. I have no interest in putting another card in your graveyard.
I'll make use of that later.
He's going to give me the land. No surprise there. fighter's going to give you another card in your graveyard. You're going to have to play some cards. That is the choice you have. Okay, you've got to play some cards. Excellent. Okay, so what do I have in the graveyard? I don't have any creatures, so we're just going to draw some cards.
Good choice.
So he's not going to give me Lyra, obviously. Yeah, we're just going to go attack it. Okay. So now we're threatening lethal. I think what we shall do is we shall all discard a card.
We're doing things my way.
Let's see what happens. Now I'm sure you know that I have given you the option of drawing the cards now, because I know you can't win. But you can of course play your Ox now if you wish. Okay, he's looking to claim.
From the essence of I grow strong, you grow weak.
Excellent. So, game plan. Demonic Pact can go, Blood for Bones can go. These are all sort of longer term plans that just don't have any place in this deck. We're going to put the Remorseful Cleric in so that we can exile his graveyard whenever we feel like. And I want the Loxodon in as well, because I think that will be useful too. No agonizing remorse because that cost me life. I'm going to put a Callous Blood Mage in, and now we've got a bit of creatures down in the low to help challenge the board a bit. And then as soon as we get to sort of turn 5 onwards, Sorry about the siren there. We are in a position to manage the board. Their plan for the Mulligan is a small creature, or in the alternative, a board wipe. Right, we got a board wipe and we kill, so that's excellent. Okay, so we'll be wearing Mardu or Jeskai, which can make him a more in mid-range than he is now. I'm not worried, but that's what you can do. You can splash him blue or splash him black. Okay. Okay. So Mana Tithe now becomes a really highly effective card. It forces him to play a creature cheaper than the mana he has available. He can of course boast. He may boast, but so what don't we want to allow him to do? Exactly that. You don't get to search for the cards you need to. So, in the next turn, Vraska's open. If he uses Faithful Looting on the flashback, that means he wastes his turn, which is perfect. Cool. Oh. So this Cleansing Nova is just getting better and better and better. The question of course is, do I want to take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beforehand or not? I don't think I do. I think he knows our control. So delay is good. I want him still to feel like he has a long way to go. And actually what I want to do is I want to yeah, so I've got some options here. What we don't want to do, so I know what we don't want to do. We don't want to just kill this lot with him on the board. Now I may blow up the board next time, but I only want him to be on the board by himself. That's the way I feel about this. And because that's got a 4 health, that's actually quite tricky to remove. If he's got an axe, a lightning axe, he can maybe do it. If he's got there are 1 or 2 things that could do it. They're really specific. Not the sorts of things you would expect to see. So we're going to do that. And we're going to see if he's got a buff. He doesn't. Okay, he wants to loot it. So he's got to get rid of 2 cards. If he had axe, it would be 3 cards. Sidaz's gone. So what we want to do on our next turn is we want to use the Loxodon to tap out the Ancient Sanctions, and then we want to use the Swords to Plowshare to remove the Rayashino. So we're going to tap this guy. So give him an extra one, and then we use the Plowshares, just get rid of that. And he can have the 2. So we've got him in a really, what I call a really nice position. He's got a horn. Okay, there's that active straight away. I think he could use it right now. That sucks. He won't want to because he has no land. So I can use that right now. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to play our Elspeth.
The tragedy of my death was
Gain
only
5 life. We don't need the 2/1/1s.
Follow me to the realm of the living.
And then I'm going to get all of this pressure going. So I think we're in an okay position. The reason why I didn't exile this guy is because he doesn't have much mana. He couldn't afford to play the top 2 cards of his deck anyway. Go. Okay. Is he going to kill my Elspeth? The Elspeth's a red herring. No, he doesn't kill the
Torments haunt me
Elspeth.
still.
Okay, does he have anything? He doesn't have anything cheap in here. So I kind of want to do the Eldest Reborn. That's what I want to do. He doesn't have anything in the graveyard that Lewis can use. I feel like he's gone all in on. He has gone all in. So let us get rid of the Eldest Reborn, right? He's gonna have to sacrifice something. Probably a 1/1. Okay, he's thinking he's going to play that again. So, let's do this. Okay.
The heart of a hero
that's 12.
beats within your breast.
This is. Do you know what? I'm ahead. I'm ahead. I don't believe you could do 9 with only 5 on the board. I've seen no evidence to show that you could do 9. Okay, so okay, the Grim Lovemancer. Wait, it needs to. It's gonna have summoning sickness, so you can't use that. And the Grim Initiate. Okay, gets to stay. So what now, dude? Okay, they're both lands. I'm surprised you didn't play the red. I am surprised you didn't play the red. So you discarded everything in your hand. Yada yada yada. Okay. Dude, you just gave up. What a weird give up. I think he surmised he wouldn't be able to beat me on the third game even if he won the second game. But it makes no sense giving up there. Makes no sense. So we've got one more game. So we're gonna see if we could get ourselves 4,000 gold. That is the legitimate aim of our last game. We can't go on a clean run. So we're just trying to get that 4,000 gold. So, here we are. Here we are. I expect he'll go first, so we're not going to worry about that. We got Heartless Act, we got Languish, we got Settle. So that's a good control package. And then we got Liliana's come in as well. So, we're off to the races. Okay, we've even got a Blood for Bones, should we need something to discard early on. Okay, so the question here is, there's nothing in the graveyard. Wait. Yeah, there's nothing in the graveyard, so it's good times. Okay, so this is a really sweet control package we have in hand at the moment. What we really want is a black land. Ugh. Okay, we drew zeros. Ugh. That sucks, doesn't it? We can't really counter that. So he gets to draw another land. We're now really behind on land, which really quite sucks. So now we need a land of any colour, because we're going to exile all of this to make sure he can't bring back out his Scrappy Scrounger. So we just need a land of any colour. Preferably black, because that opens up the Liliana as well. But any colour will suffice. Let's see what he comes up with. So, clearly he's thinking about what land he should have, because he has such a wide variety of... Oh, dear oh dear. Okay, the white goes out. Okay. We are now really mana screwed, and we're going to take some damage here. I think the Mana Tithe can go. We'll take the Blood for Bones to go. You never know, he may have a 5-drop in his hand that he wants to play. Or a 6-drop in his hand he wants to play. Oof. Thank God for that. We're just gonna leave that. Okay. There is nothing we can do. The good news is he doesn't have any bloody counter magic. If he had counter magic, we would have been in big trouble. Okay. So let's keep a scrap heap in there. It's 2 lands. You gonna play anything more? Okay, so let us play our Lyra. Okay, he's thinking about it. He has 3 cards left in hand. Playing in Urzov, he must have some move of some description. I just can't imagine he doesn't. There you go. Okay. Let's see. So he has a Heliod, which is really quite interesting. I've got, what, 3 cards in here. So let us kill this thing. And see what we can do to sort of control this.
Every death is an opportunity to increase
He doesn't
my
have enough mana
influence.
to get another white one out, which is why now's a good time. And it's not a real creature, so we can't get scrappy.
Oh, you can scream if it hurts too much.
Yep, that can go. Okay. So we're going to do this. We're going to make him discard a card. Let's see what card he discards. We could take our Mana Tithe and bin it.
I really don't care about your plans.
Fascinating. Our aim is still not to give you any cards so you can bring the scrap heap out yet. Go to exile. Cool.
If the job is wrong, I change the terms. You only think you've won.
gone.
Interesting. Okay. So he doesn't have it now, does he? So I think the right thing to do is to blow up the enchantments, isn't it? Yep. Oh, he has a Teferi's perception. Cool, okay. Okay, yes, okay.
Here, let me help.
Okay, draw a card as well. That Teferi's protection was very timely. Too timely, in fact. Okay, so I kind of like this. Because it's not something he can just easily ignore. So we can
The time to fight
do
is
this,
now.
and that should adequately protect our guys.
Courage will bloom in all who seek justice.
Let's see what happens here. Okay, it's a land. Okay.
Dreams. It's become a
You'll
exile
nightmare.
my thing.
deserve.
You can put one on there, yeah. Cool. Cool. Okay, so let's have a look around. Let us have a look around. Okay, so
That's Professor Honest.
well, don't mind if I do. So we're going to do
Let's
this.
go.
Thank you. Yeah, there's no creatures in here, so I get to take the scrap heap scrounger away. Thank you. Good times. Oh, great. Cool. So my language suddenly looks very good. Okay, we're just gonna kill the dread guy here. Okay, you're gonna give her a so
That's
you
it.
get to put one
Attention bog.
token somewhere. Doesn't matter where really. Anything else? Okay, so let's have a look. Anything interesting? We get to take one and put everything else away. Oh, well, I'll take that. I know I lose out on card. I really need this. But before we do
Never
this, we
thought
want
I'd
to do
miss
this.
the light.
I want to get my 2 life back. Peace. And then I want to do this. Okay, so So we played Gonti. Gonti's given us some options. I think Eldest Reborn is awesome. So we'll take that.
Let's go.
We're going to play the Eldest Reborn. It keeps his hand empty as well, and it means we can bring back Khan. So we're going to actually... So, I'm going to hold on to the Lyra because I feel like the Lyra will, just in case he tries to bring back the Dread Wanderer, then pop the 1-1 and kill my Onyx, but Onyx is actually there holding things down. I think this should seal out the game. I may be wrong. The game plan at the moment is to get the Gonti out and have a look at his deck. What was he holding on to here? He was holding on to a Seal Away. So what we're going to do here is we're going to play the Swamp. We're going to have a look at the cards in my deck. So I think the thing to take here actually is the Angel of Sanctions, because it means I can take away one of his recurring threats.
Come on,
So
there's
we
gotta
can
be
now
something.
take away. I think the Dread Wanderer. Dread Wanderer is what I think we take away. Yeah. Gutterbones goes back to hand, so it means he can't just play it straight out again. We are going to play the Gonti because I just really want to see what he's got in his deck for the next game. So having a look around in his deck is quite helpful. So we know in the next game he might potentially have a Giant Killer, the Phyrexian Arena, which will help him draw, a Vraska, and a Thraben Inspector, which basically will give him a 1-1. So he can basically play something with a 1-1. What we're going to do is we're going to take the Vraska's Contempt, because that means we can exile the Gutterbones as well. We're going to attack with the Lyra. This should be the slow march down to killing him. With the Eldest Reborn, when it triggers a... Yikes! Now that is the sort of heads up I needed. So we are in full we must kill him now mode, because I have only 6 cards in the... That actually explains why he was playing so slowly. I was actually sitting here wondering what he was up to. We're going to exile the Gutterbones. We have a plan. That was a good plan. He's tapped out, so that means I can hit him with everything. I don't know. So no, I think we have to take caution. Let us play the Phyrexian Obliterator in the off chance that he finds something to defend with. But I think this should be game GG. This should be GG. Big thanks to Dark But Not Punk for the heads up about millions. I had no clue that was even a possibility. I was too busy focusing on so we're just gonna to charge in with the Lyra, and that is game 1. Okay, blimey. So his this is a weird deck. It's sort of controlling, but then equally it's sort of he has some control tools at the back end, but equally he has some small creatures, so he remains active in the early game. There's no graveyard abuse, but then he has a lot of enchantments, and he's got the Heliod for some link shenanigans as well. So I'm not quite sure how we want to tech this, because this isn't a simple let's put in some more creatures. I'm not really sure if I want to splash for the blue, because splashing for the blue means losing a bit of consistency in the deck. I think we don't want the Demonic Pact because we want to use our Cleansing Nova to do other things. Maybe clear the board, maybe clear his enchantments. So I think Demonic Pact can leave. Mate, we've all milled ourselves at least once before. Don't worry. Do not worry about that. We've all done that. I'm just... No, I don't have to forsake the worldly in the sideboard. That was the one thing I couldn't get in the draft, a card that will help me with the enchantments, which sucks. So the only card I really have for dealing with the enchantments is Cleansing Nova. I think he doesn't really abuse the graveyard, so this doesn't really help. It might be the Venerated Loxodon, because if I get, say, the Null Priest and the Gonti out, that means this actually comes down in cost as a thing we can maybe play. I really would like to get a Callous Blood Mage in as well, just in case we really need something early on. But I'm not really sure what we should take out to support it. It might be the Mana Tithe. It may be the Mana Tithe. And then we put a Callous Blood Mage, and then we've got a couple more creatures in to make us a bit more hardy, again, just in case he makes his deck faster. One of the things I've actually seen a lot of in the traditional best of 3 is people that are able to transform their deck into something completely different on the second game. So I think I have to be a bit worried that he could sort of transform this deck into something that moves a bit quicker. This is all very slow, so I think we have to mulligan this away. Even though it's got the Nova, which is a board clear, and the Gondi, which can I play at turn 4. Turn 4's too far away if it's faster this time around. Ugh, now we've got something that sucks. We're desperately in need of a double black. We've got Elbow Intervention, that'll keep us alive for a bit. I'm going to keep the 6. I'm going to put one of the planes back in. Got 4 lands and Erebos Intervention to save my bacon if he plays something fast. And then, just like magic, the Phyrexian Obliterator needing 4 swamps comes out. So we won't be playing that for a while. Yeah, I kind of... So the Blood for Blood was in there with the Elspeths. The Elspeth will give me 2/1/1s, which I could sacrifice. That was the game plan. Some of the bigger creatures, you're absolutely right, I'm not really looking to sacrifice. But some of the smaller creatures, I wouldn't feel too bad about it, especially if I managed to hit a 1/1. But yeah, I think you're right. The Blood for Bones. This does feel like a traditional control deck where I'm just waiting to play my one big thing after controlling the board for a bit. I'm now at the point where I'm actually hoping, praying that we get our second black swamp, because otherwise we'll be in big trouble. Okay. So that's a card that we were not hoping not to see. We're going to get rid of this one. Almost like magic, as I said, people have been able to transform their decks into completely different things. Our friendly chap here has managed to turn his deck into... he's managed to turn his deck into something more akin to an aggressive deck with some mill included, which is wonderful. I've got Venerated Loxodon that's going to help me with this. Oh. Well, that sucks, doesn't it? Oh, that really sucks. Wow. Well, that sucks a lot, doesn't it? And this isn't even a mana rock. This is just the thing. And he's gonna look to mill me away with this thing. So I think we have to. We have to play this with a view to killing his thing. That is our game plan. Otherwise he's going to mill my deck away and we're in massive trouble. Okay. And that sucks too. But maybe I live to fight another day if I could just draw into that black mana I need. Well, no such luck. I think milling us away is too important to him. So what we're going to do is we're going to play, and we're going to give ourselves some creatures. That's what we're going to do. We need to stop him hitting face at all costs, because 10 cards, that means I'm dead in next turn. Okay. All I want for Christmas is another swamp. Another swamp will help a lot. Ugh. First strike on the Thalia as well. So we're going to offer up the pest. Oh, he's got protection from green, obviously. So we offer up our artifact. So I don't know whether I want to kill the 1/1 or the 2/2. I mean, either one, the Khan lives to fight another day. I think we might need that pest for the wolf the next time around. So we're going to hold on to that. And we're going to pray to the magic gods that somebody sends me a black mana. Okay, sucks. Let's see if he makes the mistake of giving us some land. Okay, he gives us the Null Priest. 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't have 6, we've got 4, 5. We're one short. But we do have another blocker. So we live to fight another day. So we have to play this. The good news is it's got lifelink. I don't know whether we sacrifice this and draw a card. What's the point of holding on to it? There is no point of holding on to it. Every card in my hand is black. The Holy Grail. Okay, so we live to fight another day. We just have to survive this turn and then we can wipe his board. We just have to find a way. Oh, we're in big trouble. We're in big trouble. The good news is my Khan maybe lives to fight another day. But we're in massive trouble. Okay, so Thalia goes to the face, the token. Okay, so we're going to trade these because we might as well. We're going to lose 10 cards. Oh, we're going to lose 10 cards. Wow. 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 So I think it's quite simple. We're going to do the Languish. We've got 3 cards to kill him. We have 3 cards to kill him. Is it even possible? I don't know. What do we have a silver thing on? No, nothing here we want to bring back. We can't mill ourselves. We need a creature, don't we? Let's not panic. No, we're gonna panic. We're gonna send this creature in. We need a creature.
There is great
We've got 3 turns to get him down. It may even be too late. Okay, so we are going to play our Angel of Sanctions. The reason we're playing the Angel of Sanctions is so that I can exile his Vanishing Light and get another creature on board. This is a way to die. This feels so bad on so many levels. We've got 1 card left in the graveyard. Let me blow up his enchantments as an act of defiance. This might make me feel better. This is over, regrettably. So both of these creatures have summoning sickness, so nothing we can do about that. This is over. He's won. Let's concede and move on to the next game. Oh dear. You're making me laugh, dudes. I'm trying to feel sorry for myself. You shouldn't be making me laugh. You really are making me laugh. No panic. Mate, I panicked and I died. That's what happened. So, I had my ass handed to me in that game. And it's all to do with these enchantments, which I have no tech in order to help beat these enchantments. I think you're right, the Blood for Bones goes. The Blood for Bones goes. We're going to take the Blood for Bones out. Is this the game we splash the blue? That is the million billion trillion dollar question. But what would we take out? I could take out the no, this is not the game we splash the blue. I feel like we need more creatures, but the creatures all come in on turn 4, and look how stacked turn 4 is already. Turn 4 has 8 cards in it. Such a long way to go to. Maybe this is the game we stack the blue. It could be. So let's put a Hallowed Fountain in. We've been waiting for this moment. We're going to put the Champions of Wit in. And if I could guarantee the Thassa's Oracle in my hand, that would be a really sort of 1000 IQ play for when he plays his mill. Oh, okay. I don't think the blue either. But I need some cheaper creatures. With the blue, I get the Pretoromanda, I get the Body Double to copy one of my things that I am attracted to. I suppose it's. Do you know what? I think you're right. I think this is the sound of panic. Champion of the Whip comes out. Let's put Sheldred in. We're a control deck, so we're just gonna have to play better. We just have to get good. I think he gets too much land in his deck. I mean, it sounds crazy because in game 1 I gave him half of the lands with the sweeper. I gave him half the lands he had with the sweeper. So I think you're right. The Mana Tithe. I had the Mana Tithe in there for the early play, but none of his enchantments are early plays. They all seem to come in at turn 3, turn 4. I think it's the weapon which was the big deal. So this is a much better starting hand. Obviously, we've got a Phyrexian Obliterator, which is a nonsense because we just don't have the swamps. But this is much better in terms of I've got the Settle that will get rid of the creatures if he comes with a rush deck, and I've got the Urbo for swamp removal. So, if we can just get to turn 4, we get Settle open, and Settle will be useful. Thank God these are sort of draw cards rather than treasure, because that would just suck. Okay. So the settle is now looking better and better as time goes on, because we're actually getting one of his recursive threats thrown in the bin as well. So we're going to take the pain of the 3 with a view to trying to just settle this board on turn 4. Hopefully he will play into the settle and play something else. We're going to hope he's gone all in on being a rush deck. Okay. Oh. Okay, so it's nothing. That is nothing to panic about. We can get rid of the Raiden. We can't play Settle, but we can get rid of Raiden with the Aerobow. So this is what the Aerobow was supposed to do. Also, we've got Swords to Plowshares as well. But the Swords to Plowshare doesn't get us any foot. Well, actually, we'll Swords to Plowshare. Him getting a life now makes no difference. It makes no difference. We'll hold the Aerobow open because it can remove either of the cards on here. So it can remove any creature with sort of 2 toughness. Okay, so we're here. The problem, of course, now is what happens when he asks me to discard a card, because we know he's going to ask me to discard a card, right? Yep, each player loses 1 life and draw. So, what card could we discard so that this guy doesn't think that I'm holding Settle? I think if we get away... Yeah. Let's get rid of the Obliterator. I think it's the sort of thing that gives him the impression that my hand is filled with all sorts of things that I can't use. So yeah, the Obliterator. It had to be the Obliterator. We weren't going to play that anytime soon. I don't know in terms of. In fact, actually, we'll play the Black Land, and we're going to pass. He hasn't got any counter magic, and the only counter magic he can have. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Really, Obliterator. So, I think all roads now lead to settling this board. Yeah. So. He's gonna have mana for days, but we've got rid of some big time threats there. yeah. This doesn't mean anything. It means you can play any card that he draws off the top now. Ugh. See, this is how it works. Okay. So he's played the knight. I actually feel like we can use the Blood Mage, can't we? Or we can use the... Is it Liliana? It can't be Liliana. It has to be the Blood Mage. It has to be the Blood Mage. So if we use the Blood Mage and we get the 1/1 past, that will keep the knight at bay for us to play Liliana next time round, maybe. And we'll have Erebow's Intervention. But we have to play Erebow's Intervention before the 2/1. This isn't ideal. But I think the Blood Mage keeps me alive for a bit. Of course I could get rid of the knight now. In fact, I think I should get rid of the knight now so I can really protect my Liliana and play out my hand. It's an instant, so we could do it on his end step. Okay, he's drawing. Yeah, we could do it on this at end step. I don't think he'll protect a 2/2 token. Oh, we are about to get wrecked. Okay, so we're going to hold on. Let's think this through. We're going to need to remove the worm. So are we just going to take our pain? That'll be 2, 4, and 6 damage. The next turn we will get rid of the worm. That will give us. Ugh. We're gonna take some pain. We have to take the pain because we have to take the pain. So let's get 1 life back, but do 2 damage, 4 in damage. So that's +6. Then he's gonna do 2 to the face. That's -4. Yeah, this looks painful from his point of view. We're at 4. So we have to let this rotate around. Okay. So we now have some options, I think. So we're going to play this. So we have to get rid of the Massacre Worm, I think. So we need to do 5 on here, don't we? So that's 3, 4, 5 plus the 1. That'll give us -10. So we might as well do 6 to get 12. And then we will survive the 2-1 because that will do 8. And we'll still be in the game. So we're going to do the 6. 5, 6. I think that gives us 12. No, it's not twice life, so it gives us 6. Yeah. He's going to now hit us for 8, which sucks, and we just have to hope and pray he's got no way of. Oh man, alive! Oh man, we got wrecked. We got wrecked. Wow. Wow. Well, that was painful, wasn't it? Blimey. Well, that was a very painful defeat. All defeats are painful. So, what junk did we get? We got Jair is nice. That's a nice commander card. And we got a thud. Okay, so we've got a couple of nice cards. Let's hop back in. I mean, you know, I'm a sucker for punishment, as you can see. Let's hop. I know it sucks, dude. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. But let's hop back in. You sticking around to help with the draft, dude? Sticking around to help with the draft. Mate, the sword play is it's a painful one. It's such a lovely card. I'm just sad it can't find a spot in historic. You know, protection from blue, protection from green, and it mills you 10. It's a wonderful card. Okay, dude, he's sticking around. So what are we building? That's the hard question. Okay, you're helping. What are we building? What is the build plan? So, Primal Command is very sweet. I don't know. See, there's the part of me that just wants to have fun that says Primal Command. The game card barely gets play. in historic. Let's roll with Primal Command. But the sensible man in me, yeah, I think you're right. I also like Solemn Simulacrum as well. Yeah, because obviously hanging around for lands and getting it in the 2/2 body is pretty sweet. I don't know. Primal Command. It's too sweet, but I feel like this is fun. Like, and then there's a yeah, Primal Command sounds good. It's just a sweet card, I think. And I think actually, if we're in the market for sweet cards, I kind of like the idea of Vraska as well. She's got a proper ultimate that kills somebody off. Yeah, Solomon was pretty flexible because it's a 2/2 with the land, and the land in sort of draft is awesome. I kind of think Vraska. Whenever I see a Vraska, I just want to play it. I don't know where. I mean, you see, the card which is sort of again another seductive card is that Mirari's Wake, but that means playing small things, which isn't as much fun as sort of blowing up the board. I think Vraska. It has to be Vraska. No, Vraska. Vraska is how this goes. And then just as soon as I let the Mirari go away, Twarkel's come along. So this is actually one of the Sedgeworm Witch is one of the Strixhaven cards, which is really sweet, really sweet. And I like the ward mechanic, really lovely mechanic. It sort of you can have it, but it'll cost you. I like that sort of thinking. I think Twarkel and Elves, these cards they rely on me getting to the end game, to the end state. So I think not. Yeah, this pack is fully loaded, dude. There is everything that you might want in this pack. I think Sedgemoor gets it. Yeah. Yeah, Sedgemoor all the way. I say Sedgemoor. Sedgemoor's awesome. Yep. I kind of. I've seen a couple of people play this Cruel Reality card on me, but it's the sort of card that if I pick it, I know it's not going to work out for me. It's too big. Get into 7 mana. I've got. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right about Sedgemoor. Sedgemoor's too good. This is not a great pack. I kind of think to myself, actually, rather than looking at the sort of shiny cards up here, the best card might be a Reassembling Skeleton. Again, that's a card that has synergy with a Vraska +1. Yeah, I think they're right. So, here's an interesting thought for you here. We've got a Triumph. We've got the green, black, white Triumph. Oh, Godfarer's Gift. I know Godfarer's Gift was sweet. But that's a deck that's always dying for some consistency. So in draft it never quite works, which is why you always find it open. It is pretty strong. Pharaoh's is awesome, but it needs support. I think for this one we're going to go with the Triumph. I was kind of tempted by the treasure map, but the Triumph opens up white, and that's another colour we might need when we're sort of thinking about best of 3. I think as we move here, again, Woe Strider really works well with Raska. It generates things that can be sacrificed. I kind of like the Sentinel as well, but I think Woe Strider is just better. I think sort of, yeah. So it was definitely Triumph or Treasure Map. I think for this pack it's Woe Strider. I think having that Scry ability is too good. Also, I kind of um, I think we're okay with Woe Strider here. I think you're right about what's open. This is an interesting pack again. Ugh, interesting pack again. Yeah, got yeah, Woe Strider. Yeah. So this is an interesting pack. So we're kind of in green. We're a little bit in black. Unburial Rights with the flashback. We're in white as well, so we do get the flashback. It's just an expensive card at 5. We got Primal Command already in at 5. Immature Predator. Oh dear. Okay, dude, I'm there. Oh, I missed it. Oh, I missed it. I missed it. I was with you for a second. I was with you. I was with you. So I'm gonna pick the Cosmos because I want to get that draw, and then we're gonna have a chat about Predator. I think from this pack we're just gonna take the eliminate. The removal's too good. The Saw Tusk is still here. The Saw Tusk is still here. I think you're gonna regret. You're gonna. Ugh. I think we're gonna take the removal because we don't have any. Um, we're gonna take the removal because we don't have any. You think Jund might be open? If Jund is open, then Domri makes sense. Do you know what? I'm gonna take the Domri, and I'm just gonna think we're in the same. But we're gonna trust each other. You're gonna have to trust me that we're in the same. We're in the same space. Um, see, Ergon. I don't want to mill my deck, especially without. But I suppose you're thinking, well, look, we got Primal Command. Primal Command helps me get back in. I think the Inscription is the best pick. It's just the safest pick. I think the Ergon milling myself really scary. The Godfarer's Gift is still here. We're gonna take it because I was told to take it before and I missed it. So we'll put it in. Put it in the sideboard. We don't know what we might do with it. Both of these aren't really good, but we've got the Triumph which opens up white. So we're going to take the Ephemerate because it fits. We'll take the Proliferate because that fits too. I think Crash Through, maybe not. And we'll definitely take the Blast Zone and slot it in here. And we're off to the next pack. We are off to the next pack. Yeah. Don't worry, I got it. I got it. I did good. I did good. I got it. I got it. I did good. Don't worry, I got it. I did good. So, we've got some one drops. I don't know what is best from this pack. This pack is a bit difficult. I can't. I can't. This is a big creature. Ugh. I kind of like some stuff here. But we kind of got God Pharaoh, so we could put some creatures in. We're gonna put we're gonna get the Gear Hulk because I just love the Gear Hulks. It's as simple as that. Now Valky, I think, is an auto select. I don't think I've got a choice. Even though I can see the overgrown tomb staring at me, I think I have to get the Valky. Valky's good. Scrap Heat Scrounger's good. Overgrown Tomb is good. Okay, let's see if we can make this happen. Druid for some ramp. I don't know. I've got a delay on the stream. This is why you're seeing the pack slightly later. Ugh. You could have helped me with this drafting. I think Valky is a must-take. I think it is. That's the sort of thing we want to bring back, isn't it? Yeah. So black is really open now. We've got Onyx and we've got Elspeth's Nightmare, and I think both of them are too good. Yeah. So we went with the Valky, don't worry. I suppose you could even go Bastion, and then you got the Heartless Act. I think Onyx. I think Onyx is a bomb. I think Onyx is a bomb. It means we've got two really quite big. Yeah, Onyx. So I think Onyx is the right thing. Commander Dreadhorde. Wow. Commander Dreadhorde is a card. Yes, that is a Scarab God. I think it's Commander Dreadhorde, dude. I think it has to be. I think it's too sweet. If we could pull off something, there's something mad that can be pulled off here. So Find and Finality are too good. We've got some sacrifice going on in the deck, so being able to bring stuff back is really good. It also means we could discard some stuff. So I think the Find is like this is like an easy pick. Scarab God is awesome. So we've got some really interesting cards here. We've got the Triniton, which helps get us a few things into the graveyard. We've got the Elvish Reclaimer, which is quite useful as well. I think the we'll get we've got the Reclaimer in the end. Yikes, because I was dilly dallying. So. Now, Traxos is interesting here. Yeah, see, this is what I wanted to do. I think Traxos is interesting here. I'm going to take Traxos. You're going to have to trust me here. Because we've got, in here, we've got the Veraska. We've got the Valky. We've got the Onyx. So we've got a couple of legendary things here that might be helpful. So I think, actually, taking a risk on Traxos and see what else comes might be helpful. I like the idea of Languish here, because it's removable. We don't have much. I think splash red. I'm not sure about what. Do you know what? He could be right here. We're gonna take the Dragon Master. We don't know what we're gonna do, but we've got the Domri already in there. So if we're gonna splash a bit of red, we'll take the Keld. It's a weird thing. As we get later on in the decks, we seem to get more red. So I think it's about taking the sensible reds from here. Actually, we'll take the Nightmare, the Elspeth's Nightmare, because we wanted to take it earlier. But as we get later on in the decks, we'll take the red. Yeah. So we're going to take the grey. I'm not sure if we'll use it, but we'll take it. I think Bone Crusher just makes too much sense as a 2-for-1. I don't think that's useful, so I think we have to take Mouth, even though we probably won't find a use for it. Lightning Axe is probably more likely to be used, so I think that pack was quite straightforward. And now we've got some really interesting choices, I think, because we have got we've got green, we've got black, we splashed a bit of red, we splashed a few historic things in here as well. You see, I think we can even splash the Chandra, can't we? The Chandra has a natural synergy with Vraska, doesn't she? She's got the 2/1/1s that yeah, she's got the 2/1/1s. I think this is just like an interesting pick. So we're gonna put it in the sideboard.
Don't start any fires without me.
Wow. So Rowan doesn't really help us. But now we've got some really interesting, curious things here. So I feel I'm kind of scared about us maybe going Jund, and I'm thinking, do we take the Cragway pathway now to make sure we got the land we need? Yeah, so I think because you're worried about the splash, let's take the pathway, and that pathway opens it up for us. Bola Citadel, yikes. This is crazy. It's too expensive. It really is too expensive. But it's a legendary artifact, so it goes exactly with our deck. But we don't have any 1-drops, we've got nothing to play. I think we have to go either Elves or Gilded Goose. In fact, I would go Elves. It feels weird leaving all this good stuff behind. I'm not sure if Elves is going to wheel. Okay. So if we're thinking about our red plan that we can splash, then I look at Royal Eruption being really flexible. We've got a regrowth here. Gilded Goose even, yeah. Took the elf in the end. I think regrowth is the thing. I think regrowth is a thing. We'll take the regrowth. So we got the thicket, so we'll take that as well to help us with our land situation. We'll take the blooming marsh to help us with our land situation. We're passing some really good cards, but the longer we don't look at them, the better we'll be. We'll take the Hydra. We've got some red in here. I'm hoping that Fabled Passage come back around, because that Fabled Passage it would be helpful as well. I think you might be right in Jund. I think we'll have the chat when we get to the main page and we're building out the deck. So I'm going to take the Shambler here, because I think some early game might come in useful, especially if we go green-red later on. I think you might be onto something with the Jund. I think you might be. So just because of the nightmare I had with enchantments the last game, I kind of like Thrashing Brontosword. But then I can see the Kogler, and the Kogler is another legend. I'm going to take the Brontodon because it just helps me manage some of these enchantments. I kind of like Tusky here. I kind of like Tusky. Or Abundant Harvest helps me get land. Oh, I think it has to be Abundant Harvest. Surely it does. The goose has come back around, so I'm going to snatch the goose. I think Royal will help with the early game, but then Field of Ruin is really good if they've got any special lands. We're going to take the Field of Ruin here, and I can also take the Wilt, which goes for enchantments, and I think that is a wrap. No, it's not quite. We've got With the Bloom command. Yeah, I think it has to be another command in. Act of Treason fits in. Excellent. Ugh. So here we are with our deck, and plenty of time, I guess. So I think there could be something injured. I think there could be. So the Triome, we took it. It's not going to be very useful in the end. I don't know. I really, really don't know. I kind of think we should start with some removal, and yeah. So okay, Sedgemoor. Let's take the Sedgemoor. I think you're right. We'll take the Sedgemoor. We'll take the Vraska. It's in. In order to trigger the Sedgemoor, we need some spells. Are we going to use the removals? Because if we use the removals, that means Eliminate will trigger something. Elspeth's Nightmare is probably really helpful. Languish kills our thing, so I'm not even sure whether that's an auto-include. Yeah, okay, we'll keep the Triome. I think you might be right. Even though it doesn't have the white. I've got the Sheltered Thicket as well, which is a green-red that cycles as well if we do go Jund. And I think we could still do it, because we do have a lot of things down in the low end. We've got the Thrashing Brontoson, we've got the Witherbloom Command, we've got the Voracious Hydra, so we've got some really good things in the low end. We've also got the Blooming Marsh as well that will help us with our land situation and the pathway, so we've got some really good lands here. So what do you think? What do you think? I think if we're going with the Jund idea, then Bone Crushers must include, because of the 2-to-1 nature of it. We're looking a bit heavy at 3 as well at the moment. I think Abundant Harvest will help us get the land we need. I think you're probably right that the goose is better than the elf because the goose gives us any color land. So it's looking a bit better down at the low end. Valky, of course. If we go Jund, we have to go Valky. I also think that the reassembling skeleton has the synergy with Vraska because it returns as well. Um, um, I kind of think we need a few more spells to sort of trigger off Sedge. Well, actually, Sedge more so. Find and finality. I think you're right about find and finality because the recursion. We also get the recursion in. We get the recursion with Chandra. Chandra helps us pull a spell back out again, up to a 3 cost. So we could re-pull find, we could re-pull eliminate, we could re-pull abundant harvest. So even if we don't use her for the 1/1s going to the face, there's still something in here. And Woe Strider. I think you're right. So obviously being in Jund, let us put Sheltered Thicket in, let us put the Cragway in. Okay. And we could put the Blooming Marsh in as well. So we've got actually better lands than we actually expected. So we've got a bit of a low curve here. Maybe we get the Llanowar Elf in as well. I think having Llanowar helps. I just think it does. We want to ramp into into Vraska as soon as we can. We want to ramp into. I mean, we've got space for 11 cards, at least. Yeah, I do think. Yeah, it's the second red. The second red is of an issue. But the second of any of the mana, I think the second of any mana is an issue. You see, that's why I'm looking at the Onyx, the Command, all of these cards, really sweet cards. Can I squeeze them in and still get them off? Also, I'm looking in this middle part of our deck, and it's a field of black with no red or green in. I think Gearhulk is sort of the. I feel like the Gearhulk and the Hydra go together, isn't it? Really. Let's put Gearhulk in at the end, at the top end, and see how that looks. I think if you put in the Gearhulk, you're looking more at creatures rather than. So it would be the Gearhulk and the Hydra. Hydra giving us the flexibility in the low and the top end. We put in the Bronze Sun in the middle, so we now have a sequence of creatures, but obviously it's now tilting the land balance toward green. I kind of also think we need, yeah, I think we need elves. The more I see this deck, the more I think we need elves. So in my head, I think we've got sort of a couple of questions I think we need to think about. I think I think the sort of the first question we've got to ask ourselves about is, do we have enough spells for Onyx to make sense? I think not. So I think we have to go away from that. I think is what we have in our graveyard likely to be impactful enough to make command a thing? Again, because it needs the 2 black, I would say probably not. We need some more aggression at the low end. I think you're probably right. But, you know, so in my head, what am I thinking? I'm thinking Abundant Harvest, grab a land. You know, I think that's the question. Aren't we thinking of getting straight into turn 3 or turn 4? You know, that's the point of playing Elves, Goose, Harvest, is to make sure we hit our land drops and are able to move on. Well, Abundant Harvest is actually flexible enough to get us a creature or something else. This feels mid-range. I think you're right, it feels mid-range. Yeah, okay, so if we're ramping into something big, then maybe the Onyx stays. Onyx can only be played at 6. Dreadhorde can only be played at 6 as well. So, you know, and we've still got the Primal Command, which I really want to keep in the deck if we can. You know, because basically the Primal Command it gives us sort of staying power with a 7 life, and it enables us to find yeah. So we're tutoring for the Gear Hulk really. I don't think we've got anything. I think the Gear Hulk is the biggest thing. It is the thing creature-wise, which is why I'm actually starting to think. I mean, I suppose we could Cowed, bearing in mind we've got all this mana. We could Cowed. Obviously, because of the filters on, I'm going to turn on the. Because we still do have Traxos. Although looking at the build we've got now, we've got less legendary creatures. So Traxos may not work now. So what about these artifacts? Do we want God Pharaohs? Do we want Cosmos Elixir? I kind of think because we've got counters, taking Khan's Bastion for the Proliferate could work. I think the Blast Zone is a must include. Ah, you are absolutely right. Okay. Okay. So we're going to take Blast Zone. We're going to take Khan's Bastion. It thins out the lands a little bit, but I think it's good all the same. I think I think we have to. I think we have to take one of Onyx or Commander Dreadhorde, and I'll be keen to hear a view on that. I think we need one of. I think just relying on Primal Command and Gearhawk to get us across the line isn't enough. So we'll take the Bastion out and leave the Blast Zone. kind of like the Bastion because we've got some counters. But I don't know if we've got enough counters to make it really, really pay off. Um, So we've got 6 slots left. Onyx works better, so we take Onyx. We've got a bit more top end. Okay. At the low end, I think we should take Shambler, just to have something that's worthwhile playing at the early game. I don't know about this Dragon Master Outcast. 6 or more lands. We get our ramp without lands, so I don't think that's a thing. I just don't think it's a thing. I kind of like the Cowd in the middle of the deck. I kind of like the Cowd in the middle of the deck, and I kind of like the Elixir in the middle of the deck. What do you reckon? What would actually have been really quite helpful to this deck would have been a Henge, but we don't have one. Yeah, I think Keld too. I think Keld in at 3 kind of makes this interesting. I also I think the Elixir will help with the draw as well. It may be rather than either or, it might be a both. Yeah. Okay. No. I feel like it's not crazy. I think it's we're experimenting at the top end. We've got sort of 1, 2, 3, 4 cards at the top end we don't want in our opening hand. It's only 4 cards. No. So I think it's a good idea. I think actually the Domri was probably the bad pick. Winterbloom Command. It's just too low to the ground. Maybe Inscription of Abundance might work. Or is it a Lightning Axe? I don't know. But I do like that fight ability. I don't know. Final card. What do you reckon? Yeah, Witherbloom is too situational. It's too low to the ground. I think we're looking at now. We're down to the sort of the final parts. I think ultimately it comes down to Inscription. Yeah, it's Inscription. It was either Regrowth to get some more recursion, but we've got to find finality that does that. Yeah, I think we're there. Dude. Jund. Who knew? Let's get a card back on. Let us get a card back on to make this a real deck. Okay, let's go with some Death Trees. And let's have Vraska on here. Okay. So, Jund's draft. You hanging around for the games? Or you got to get out here? Okay. I think this is cool. This is much better than I think. I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting play. I suppose the real challenge is to try not to have the misplays. That is what's going to be the challenge, because I think with a deck sort of this complex. Cool. With this, okay. Well, we're both going to find out how this turns out. We're both going to find out. We'll do one game, see how it goes, and then we'll both go and spend some time with our families. Ugh. Okay, let's see how this goes. Let's see how this rolls. Oh. Land base. So we've got 17 in. 2 through black sources. I don't know. I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. But it's in a draft, it's in a 40 card deck. We've got 6. Yeah. See, I think the auto shuffler is struggling because it sees all of the green in the low end. The red only comes in the mid game. I think what we can do is we can cut 1 mountain and increase by 1 swamp. It means we got 7 out of the 17, so we've got nearly 50%. You think 8 is safer? 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're there with 8. I think you're right. I've taken one out, but I think you're gonna make me pay for my Chandra choice with the mountain. That's what I think is gonna happen. But it'll be fun to see. It's gonna be fun to see. It's gonna be fun to see. 6, 2. Yeah, I think we're there. We've got the 17. 6 forests. 3 mountains, 1 plain, 7 swamps. I think we'll be alright. Okay, well. Note to self, do not get blown out in the first game. That's the challenge, don't get blown out in the first game. Okay. Wow. Well, I guess this is a mulligan then. Okay, so. Oh my god, we're gonna suffer. We're gonna suffer. We're not gonna suffer too badly. I think this is okay. We're going to bin the Commander Dread Horde, and we're going to be okay. I've got a Chandra in hand, so I know I've never seen another red for the rest of the game. Okay, so this is how we're rolling. Game 1. We've got a Bone Crusher Giant, so that's like a curve in and of itself. In and of itself. So, yeah, let's see how this rolls. Oh dear, oh dear. This shuffler, man. This magic shuffler. So we're going to keep the 6. We're going to throw command back in. And we're going to see. I think we know what has to go down first. Hopefully this is not a rush deck. Then maybe Bone Cut. If it is, Bone Crusher's there to be our saviour. Oh my god, it's like that Onyx was destined to be in our hand. So we're going to hold on to this Bone Crusher. until we get to at least turn 3. Oh, 3 or less. So the Chandra's gone. Or will he take the Woe Strider? I don't know. We're going to let him take whatever he takes. Yeah, he will be looking and thinking there's quite a few bombs here. So I think he'll take the Chandra, surely. Surely. Okay. Glad to see these players behaving as you could expect. So we now have the skeleton, which is awesome. So we've got a bit of recursion here. It's not anything for him to worry about, but we're going to attack with the skeleton first, and then we could play the Woe Strider. I should have actually held the land. I'm going to hold it open. I think he's playing some sort of Demir control. So I just think I need that Bone Crusher for something. Maybe he's mana screwed. Oh my god, the second red and the Chandra's in the bin. I'm being trolled now. I'm definitely being trolled. I'm going to play the Voice Strider. We're going to see if he's got this counter that I think he has in hand. Okay, we're going to attack with a skeleton. Okay, and I'm going to sacrifice our goat, but we're going to wait until so we could do it on his turn. Ugh. Famous last words. Okay, let's look at the top card of here. Just to see. Oh, okay, we've got another land here. Okay. Hold on to that land. There. Okay. So, we will have 5 mana, but we won't have any green, so we can't play that. And we're going to be desperately in search of another. So we're playing another control, which is quite interesting that so many people are playing control. I think maybe that's just what the best of 3 guys do. Take this land, and we're going to attack for another one, and I'm going to hold open the stomp because you just never know. Is this the draw? Is this a behold? I feel like this could be a behold rather than a saw it coming. He's got 2 blacks, no blues. There's the second blue. Could be a saw it coming. I don't know. This is a very... Okay, Thassa's Oracle. So what I actually think we do is we're going to shoot in the face for 2. Seeing as this is a code in the jar, we're going to... Oh, wow. Well, that's good. Yeah, that is too good. So, we're going to punch him in the face. Then we're going to play a Braxter. And I'm going to dare him to have some interaction that can help with this. Then play my Blast Zone. Then hold that. Okay, do you have something? Do you have a contempt? No, he does not. Not yet. Good times. Good times. So he's going to draw 2, discard 1, or discard 2. Discard 2. Okay. So I actually think, so whilst my heart is telling me I want to play Onyx straight away, I actually think the better play is to play the reassembling skeleton and then kill it using Vraska. You know, I think we have to dare him to find something to remove Vraska. He has 2 more ticks up, and then he is for the birds. Yeah, that's a sorcery. Yeah, yeah, maybe, maybe you're making me reconsider that play. I don't know. I think we're in a good space still. Oh, he's gonna keep on recurring the challenge. I like to be active. I think you might be right. Draw 2, discard 2. I think he is digging. I think he's digging. So he has got a. Oh, he's looking for removal. Okay, so I think if we keep the Champion of Wits on there, he's going to find something eventually that could help him. I think this is a tough one. He's got 2 open. What's he got it open for? So we're going to play our skeleton. I think this is the play I want to do. I'm going to play the skeleton. And I think I'm going to play the bone. I'm going to sacrifice the skeleton.
Don't dwell on what's about.
So I can draw a card. Okay. And do I want a land or do I want a non-land? I think I want a land. I want to draw a green land so that the Primal Fear is open. Oh yeah. I think we do. We want a land. We got a black, we didn't get a green. We'll take the black and play it. We need to find another green. I think in the end he wasn't holding open the counter spell. He might. Yeah. Okay. He's got 3 again. Okay, he's desperately searching for something. Okay. So I think we could play this. I think we can play our Shambler as defense. And I think I can hold on, view battlefield. I think we have to get rid of this Champion of Wits. I think if we keep on letting him dig through his library, eventually he'll find something he needs. So I feel like we have to get rid
You'll
of it.
learn the power of death.
So he can't bounce it anymore, which is better. And you know, basically it's time for him to show and prove. What does he have? Something, or does he not have anything? I think he's going to pull back the Torrential Gear Hulk, but I don't know what spell he might play from here. This, oh, he's going to play this. So he's going to destroy the Planeswalker, and that is a filthy card.
So much for a new start.
Absolutely filthy card. So if he plays it again, he's going to get reflected again. So what do I want to do? I think we want to play the Elixir. And then I think we need something just to keep him at bay. Because I think like our win con is to... I think our win condition at the moment is to command. So we need to make sure he can't hit face. The swing was, yeah, incredible. The swing was big. So he internalizes Champion of Wits, which means he gets to draw 4. I think he's has the very real risk of milling himself. I'm just thinking, what else can he play from the graveyard if he was to bounce Gear Hulk? So we're gonna just keep Gear Hulk at bay. So he's going to bring something back and kill it. He'll probably kill the goose now. Yep. The good news is that he's taken all the really powerful spells out of his graveyard. We are really lacking that second green. 6-2. Yeah, it's not really helpful. Not really helpful. And I don't really want to use my Woe Strider because I don't want to kill all of the things in my graveyard. We need 4 cards. I'm sure we can find 4 that we don't need. So we'll take Abundant Harvest, Shambler, Gilded Goose, and Bone Crusher Giant. Let's see what. And I think what we want to do is we want to see if we can scry our way into the card we need. So there's the second green, so we have to take it. We have to take it. Otherwise we'll be forever waiting for this green. We put one on this, the charge counter on here. We'll put one of those charge counters. Okay. And we hold this. Okay, we've got that green. Okay, he thinks command is back down here. Command is here. It's too far away. It's 4 cards from the bottom, so I have to put it. To the top. Okay, so He's going to exile my Woe Strider. It's going to happen, so there's nothing I can do about it. What do I have in here? I've got his Yorion as well, to be fair. So that 7 life is going to be helpful. I think we have to just stop this at 5. We can't get taken too low. Okay. What's in here though? There's nothing in here, so he's just, oh, 2 in a row. Unbelievable. So you got 5, 9, 10, 11. Ugh, 7 life won't go as far as it used to. So we're gonna do the 7. We're gonna put a non-creature permanent on top, and we're gonna target myself. Oh, actually, wait. Let me figure it out. There may be a what creature would we want? There's the Verdant, but he. No, it's on top of his owner's library. We're gonna take the 7 and find a creature. I think that is just the answer. It has to be the answer. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna say that it's gonna be me. We have to go and find a non-creature. We're gonna have to find a creature, shuffle it to the top. Oh, yuck! That sucks. Ugh. Okay, we're gonna take that. So he's gonna skip his next turn. So I think we have to take this to give ourselves the chance. We need to Shambler up here. So we're going to take some damage. The good news is that he has to pay 5 mana next turn. So he skips a turn. But, you know, as far as good news goes, that's not good news. That's like the best of a bad job. So he has to pay. So he can only play 2, which is fine. He's got Inquisition in there, so that's not really useful. Okay. Okay. We don't really have a board clear.
Don't worry, I got you.
He's looking at it. Is he going to kill it? I suppose he can kill it if he wanted to. It's not. What's he going to bounce? He's probably going to bounce a Gearhulk, even though there's nothing in the graveyard. Yeah, there's nothing really in the graveyard. You're not going to play that again. Exactly. So. Oh. Well, ain't that a thing? Ain't that a thing? Do you have a counter?
Trickery is just a hobby. Chaos is my career.
Espero's the way of life. Hold on, wait. So. I don't know. Do we want to get rid of the Torrential Gearhulk? There's no spells in his. Okay, we're gonna play the green. Oh, there are no spells. Anyway. Are there? So it might actually be better to see what. Let's see what he has.
job here.
Okay. So, which one do we want to play? The Barrel or the Brontodon? I think the Brontodon probably. Primal Command, you could flashback. Yeah, Esper is a lot. Okay. We have been thoroughly controlled.
Here, let me.
He's got 8 cards. So we're gonna stop the Thassa. Ugh. Heavy blows being sustained. There's nothing to play. Torrential Gearhulk is such an MVP. It just is. There are such wonderful cards to play that it just makes everything really difficult. Cycle, take a peek. Okay. So what is the plan for game 2? So basically there was quite a lot of setup there. So I'm thinking, is there value in getting lower to the ground? Is it even possible to get lower to the ground? Wow. So I'm just giving this some thought here. You know, when I look at these cards, I think we have to go again. I think we genuinely have to go again, just armed with the knowledge of what he can do. Because there isn't really... Yeah, I was thinking about that, but we just don't have enough creatures, I don't think. So let's take out a Swarm Shambler and put the Domri in to take away his counters. I do believe we do need some creatures though. So he's got nothing. He does have a target for that actually, and exiling his graveyard is very good for stopping his Torrential Gearhulk. He didn't really have any enchantments, so the 3/4 might not be right. Let's see if we can get a Dragon Master out on time. Yeah, I think we have to go. We have to go with what we have and see what happens. Domri is in. Okay. We got cowed. I think we're going to hold this. I think having the right lands is important in this game. Obviously, it gives him a chance to get involved, but he'll be sitting there feeling quite sweet about himself, having given us a proper arse whooping. So. Okay. So he's got 2 in. Okay. So what's the plan? What's the plan? What's the plan? This is not looking great. So he's got the murder death kill on the, and he gets the double scry as well. We're moving into the mid game, so he's going to be getting ahead here. He kept both of them at the top, which is bad news for me. Does he have another land? No, I'm going to play the abundant harvest first. Non-land. Play that. Does he have a counter? He's got a spell. Does he have a
Let's see some panic in the streets.
Okay. Okay.
The only authority that I recognize is chaos.
So let's see what we can do here. This is okay. It doesn't have a solution, which is good.
Come and destroy.
So we're gonna. Okay, let's see. Let's see. What's he gonna do? Okay. Cast Tipper. Okay, whoops. Yes, 2, first, dude. Okay. Yeah, you don't get to flash anything in, dude. into.
We won't answer to other kids.
Okay. So, so what? No, no, not making me discard, not making me get rid of anything. Interesting. Okay, so I want to do this now. If he's got a counter, we want to bait it out. We don't want him to hang around with it, do we? Interesting, interesting. So he has the counter, and he's going to destroy the Planeswalker. Okay, cool. So that means I can put one charge counter here to take that to 4. Okay.
I'll be back after I've licked my wounds. You'll see.
Kill. So, Rankle. Okay, what are you gonna do? Draw, take some minutes, take some life. No, that's not what he wants to do. Come on, dude. What do you want to do? What's in this hand of yours? So I think we still get rid of this, don't we? I think this has to. Yeah, we've had enough of Rankle. And this hopefully should help me find one. Yeah, we can take this. Okay, so maybe, just maybe, I live to fight another day. No, we have to hold this. Okay. So the aim is to play the Vraska and then to sacrifice the reassembling skeleton. Hopefully we should have enough mana to play it again as well, which would be awesome. Ugh. The good news is he only has 2 mana left. The bad news is he gets to bounce something. Which actually sucks a bit. Okay, so we can now play this.
I'm good at what I do. An unfortunate casualty.
Just decline a second. Wait. Yeah. No. I declined the sacrifice because I went to the board just in case I wanted to scry. Being able to scry is actually of value. Does he have the interaction with the Planeswalker, or is he going to have to attack into it? He's looking at it, so I think he might have to attack into it. So he's going to draw 2 and discard 2, so he only gets to keep 1. Presuming if the card in his hand is a land, he nets 1 card. He might be able to use... I guess the problem for him, though, is he only has 3 mana to play. And I can't think of much removal for 3 mana. Eliminate. Maybe the blood. He gets a flashback card, Silent Departure. But it costs 4 to use. 5 to use. So we're living to fight another game so far. He's going to have to attack into it. He should attack my face, but he's distracted by it. Rasta's an attractive old lady. Yep, you couldn't help it. There is no reason on earth that you should have done that. Well, I'm glad you did, because it means something to kill the guy. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to go and that. And then we're going to kill this again. Scribe fast 2 cards. Is he going to bounce the Champions of Wit as a go again? Okay, well there you go. Oh, I don't have the mana. 5, 6, 7. No, I'm not quite there for mana. Unbelievable. Unbelievable scenes. Excitement was too good. Okay. I'm gonna draw 1.
Leaving the body.
Okay. So we'll do the elves. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we have the mana. Do this as well. No attacks. And everything's gonna come back. Draw 2, discard 2, net result of keeping 1. Okay. So you would have killed me by now. So I'm going to lose my Vraska, but hopefully I'm going to gain a Valky. What's going? Okay. So those are going to come back to next time. Excellent. Do this. Does he have a counter in this hand of his? That sucks. Oh, it just sucks. Commander Dreadhorde is useless because he just doesn't. Yeah, if I were to draw anything out of my deck, it would kill me. Don't have enough life. It has to go. The only good news is he skips the turn, but he's still going to hit me in my face, isn't he? And he still gets to bounce everything. He still gets to draw 2 cards. Oh my god. The recursion is a killer. So, we are now down to the business end of this game. He just discarded 2 lands. As I said, the good news is he has to pay 7. 3, 4, 5, 6. Does he not have enough lands? Oh, he does. Is it not 7? 6? Pact of Negation. 3, 4, 5 is 5. Ugh. go looking. Can't draw us there. Can't draw lands. Okay, this is it. It's draw or bust. I guess this is just in a sort of weird way in which inflatable dinghies are useful. Oh, okay. Oh, we may live to fight another day. So we're going to hold this just so that we can crack that should we need to. Okay. Ugh, good heavens. Okay. When does this trigger? This triggers at the beginning of my upkeep. Okay, we're gonna play this one. We're also gonna crack that one. Okay, and let's see if we can survive this attack. Oh, okay. So he's given us the means to survive, which is helpful. So we're going to attach this to here. Then we're going to just kill this. No, we're not going to kill it actually, because we need it. We do need it. We're going to kill this one. No, we're not going to kill any of them, because we're going to try and hold out. Okay. Let's see if we live to fight another day. He's going to bounce the Urian. The Urian's going to bounce everything else. Oh my god, I fought to the death in this game. He's got 8 in the air. Okay, he's got me. I suppose I could have scried up through some more, but he got me. Well, that was that. GG, I do believe. Ugh, well, that was emotional. That was emotional. Dude, I'm out of here. But thanks for the help with the draft. It was good times. I think the deck has got something in it, and maybe if I'm fresher when I next play it, I'll do a bit better with it. Well, have a good night, dude.